Here's the outside of the truck. I'll just kind of go around it, show you all the little flaws, show you the suspension. There's the bumper. I always wanted to get this thing paint matched, get rid of that chrome. And another thing I didn't do. But got some LEDs in there. It looks like I gotta hook them up. I never hooked them back up. Got LEDs in here, and it's Harley. Just the cheap ass ones from eBay. Same with the grill. You can see it's starting to warp. It didn't used to be like that. But yeah, that was an eBay grill. His emblem's cool. Still seems like it's in good condition. So yeah, these are like the fake Harleys. Looks like starting to show some signs of wear. Yeah, the Ford Harley ones are way expensive. So yeah, these are Depot or something. And a tinted windshield. Tinted on the side here. Here's the coilovers. Now that bracket broke on me like the first week or two I had this truck, just from street driving. And it stayed that way for 2 years, so I never mess with it. Probably be a good idea to fix that, along with putting fender wells in this thing. You can see the head studs. And all aluminum parts are pretty clean, man. I spent a lot of time cleaning the engine parts when I did the build, so it looks real clean. Yeah, there's no leaks on them. A lot of guys ask me if I've had the shocks rebuilt, so I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know suspension like I know motors, but I don't know. They're about 2 years old. No leaks or nothing. They seem fine. And the projects. KR 17-inch Walker Evans beadlocks. I had them powder coated black. And the Glassworks Unlimited flares. Really stoked how they came out. They're supposed to be one of the more reputable people for glass. It took a while. It took a while to get them. I think it's some old man, but really nice finish on them. And I just had them, traded some work with a guy that does body work, and yeah, got it paint matched. Here, this little thing came off. I used to live in Vegas, and the heat just it started just peeling off, and finally it was like almost halfway hanging. I just ripped it off. This is what it should look like. I don't even think I have the piece anymore. I was just going to take them all off, but I never see that side of the truck, so I never really did it. That's my new Dodge. Oh, it's locked. I do have a amp research, or whatever they call it, drop down side steps. I was going to keep them, but my dumb ass took the wiring harness out first, and you got to have them open to dismount them. But after driving this truck for shit since the first time I hopped in it without them, I'm like, this is terrible. So I feel bad for somebody I sell it to who doesn't have them, so you'll get those. That's a Carly drop bracket. There is some rubbing minimally. It doesn't do it often. It's really only when you got this thing fully turned and and trying to turn it full lock. But standard steering and whatnot, you're good. I'd say the same thing goes with being at full lock coming out of a driveway or something. It'll rub a little bit right here. That's big tire stuff there. A 4-inch turbo back. Let me see if I can get under there. All the way back. Engine and trans, no leaks. See up in starters in the way. I'll show you the bed plate on the other side, but pretty clean underneath. Dog barking at the neighbor. And back here is where I snip to clearance it. Before it was like literally an inch away from the tire, so I had to fix that. And the other side is where you'll see it actually hit bottoming out. Here's the devers. And bypass shocks, piggyback. Looks like it's rubbed up. There's some from the frame, I guess. I think they're loose. And they got a little play in it. Not really loose though, I think that's just how they fit. The guy before me had a fifth wheel and I think he backed it. I don't know what he did, but that scratch has been there since I've owned it. There's a stock downpipe. I have the stock exhaust over there if you want that. This was a fun day. Trailer wasn't totally locked onto the ball. Drove a truck up on it. Caught my tailgate. Backup sensors. Here's some signs of rust spots. I guess they're chips starting to rust over. I always want to put some kind of steel bumper on it or something. Fifth wheel or tow package. Some plug-ins. Yeah, I took my emblems off and found holes, so I was like, cool. That one I didn't want to mess with because it is kind of indented, but I didn't know those holes were there. Here you can see it. It's almost in line with right here. That's from towing and being sagged down. I'll send you a pic when I had a truck or a trailer on here. The front tire's the same way. I couldn't figure out what it was at first, and then I realized after I rotated them and found this on this tire, I was like, alright, well, it's from this. So if you tow with it, get some Carly airbags. This step, fucking awesome. Real handy. Probably should have washed it more than pressure wash, but looks pretty clean. Here's the front tire. You can see all the way around. That's probably from a rock. But you know what? It's been like this for a long time, and it being a project, if any other tire, I probably would have replaced it, but one, these are expensive, and two, I just really had faith in the projects. Another reason why I should have fender wells, stuff's just kind of hanging. Again, I haven't had any issues, and that bracket broke fully. I just kind of tucked it up in there, and I haven't had any issues. There is the EGT probe. I never hooked it up. I bought it that way. I just never bothered to hook it up, but it's ready for a gauge. Under here. That looks like. Yeah, I'll bet that steering gear's. Yep, that steering gear's starting to seep a little bit. I had it adjusted about 6 months ago, and it really tightened up the steering. But these tires, they're heavy. So that'll probably need some addressing. Let me show the interior. Oh, there's a scratch right here. It's really one of the main scratches I got. This is what I was talking about earlier. From driving with dirty arms, it's starting to show a little black here. For the most part, I keep the interior clean. Got my little tire thumper here. Some scuff marks, that probably rubs out. Should have probably detailed it before I did the video, but I don't know, kind of not much of a cleaner. Got these rubber mats, ordered those after I got the truck. I don't really like anything else. I like these factory rubber ones. I guess they had a brake controller or something on here before. I bought it this way. These are the seat covers. Really fit real well. Cover King is a staple in my opinion. They just fit awesome. Except the center console. The center console never seemed to totally fit just right. Here's the Diablo Sport tuner I got. I did put a little screw in there to hold this strap. Yeah, this thing never totally fit perfect, but it is what it is. Looks like I got some hand marks up there. That should rub out. You saw most of the dash already. There's a back door panel. Not too bad for an old truck. Let's see if we get these seats down. Yeah, these seats they're pretty damn good. There's no rips in them, I know that. I've been running this stuff, Motorcraft cetane booster. I read some study on cetane boosters on, you know, just diesel fuel that we use now anyways. 07 they switched to that low sulfur shit. Doesn't affect the Huey motors as much, but I definitely think it would make a big difference on the newer common rail stuff. I'll be getting some more of that. I've been running this for, I don't know, 2 years or so. Just add 4 ounces. It's not much at all. It's like here to here. Every tank when it's empty. Let me see if I can move some of this shit. I love these trays. They're always down. But you can see I got mats down there, and that carpet's almost perfect. There might be one stain there. It might just be dirt, but it's really not much. Let me go to the other side. Definitely need to get those side steps hooked back up. It's mundane. This door panel, a little scuff right here. I don't sit back there though. And the other seat. A little wrinkle for probably being folded up. But yeah, it's good, man. You're not gonna sit back there anyways. I always got these things in here, absorb, got the rubber here. Yeah, you know what? Some shampooing, this carpet should be pretty damn perfect. Let me pop the hood. There's that step. That thing's awesome. Alright. Okay, here we are. Power Max Turbo. Probably really can't tell by just looking at it. If you take this intake off, you'll be able to identify it's a Power Max, but got the intake cleaned up good. Steam cleaned the shit out of it, got all that carbon out. Rocker boxes I got nice and clean. No leaks anywhere. It didn't even have any leaks on it before I did the motor. A lot of these 6.0s leak oil. Yeah, it's wide open though, fender wells, but I haven't had any issues with it yet, so that's why I never was really too worried about it. Coolant level should be good. I was just romping on it. Probably a little overfilled, but no overflow. Updated oil feed tube, updated drain tube. That's it. This thing ain't tore up too bad. These things are always fucked up. It is the original radiator, so who knows how long that'll last. 136 right now, but there's no leaks. And yeah, that goes everything for the motor. The batteries are probably 3 years old now. I did notice, since I haven't been driving this thing sits for maybe a week, and then I go to start it, and it does seem a little weak on cranking. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. You can drive it every day, it's probably gonna be fine for a little bit, but they are old batteries, so that might be something to consider too. But yeah, it's sweet, man. It's a clean truck. I get a lot of compliments on it. It's definitely a head turner, especially when it's driving and that turbo spooling. Yeah, hopefully it all works out, man. Got any questions, hit me up.